So very good morning to one and all. Today I'm here to explain printing first and prime numbers using C language. So here I will try to explain the programming language before moving forward. So here the first we are dealing with C language, right? So assume that most of the people know basic syntax of C language. So with that concept, I'm moving forward, just explaining the programming snippets. All right. So when it comes to C programming language, the first the first line of your first few lines of C programming structure is as for header file section, just like we'll call it as preprocessor declaratives. So preprocessor declaratives is just like the snippets inside that preprocessor declaratives are pre-compiled, but does not examine output. The output of those functions are not examined, just they are pre-compiled one, right? So the preprocessor declaratives, like we are going to include this standard IO header file for users wishes of input output printf scanf method functions. Okay. Hash include conio.h is for get ch for those kind of things. So here with this we are going to add preprocessor declaratives. So these will include those pre-compiled content into your current program. So we can assume that this as an advantage at one side, and the other side we can consider this is a disadvantage. Thing is that when it comes to disadvantage, so we are going all the lines of code into your current directory, right? So those declaratives, preprocessor declaratives codes is going to be copied into your current program. So even though if you write single line of program just like printf hello world, you are going to copy all those n lines of code from std.h or conio.h, right? So then after preprocessor declaratives, we'll write global variable declarations and global function prototype declarations we are going to write. Okay, global declarations we are going to write. So after that we'll start with the main. So in C we'll call it as everything is function based only. In my future classes we'll explain why we'll call it as functions only, function based, and main is also kind of function. So in this we'll start with just printing hello world. Okay, this is the syntax for usage of printf. Printf is a kind of function where we need to pass different kinds of parameters. Based on the types number of parameters, the functionality differs, right? So for time being I'm just passing one string, right? This is the way of passing a string to your compiler to print something on console, right? So here get ch is for waiting console for entering the character. So this is the way of writing, just save it somewhere else, right? Just name it as the C programs. So there you can name it as hello.c. Okay, then compile it, you'll find no errors, then run it, you'll find hello world, right? This is the execution flow of hello world, right? So now we are done with the hello world, right? So this is the way of printing something hello something message on console. But thing is that my problem is that just I want to print first and prime numbers or even numbers, right, with this class. So for printing some n numbers, we have to read that n value from the user. So for reading n value, we have to declare data type. So here we are having two types of data types. One is user defined and system defined, right? So user defined is that the data types are going to be defined by user. System defined are already pre-defined by the compiler, right? So here we are having predefined data, so like integer, float, double, character, and shortened like that, right? So now I'm declaring two variables. This is the syntax for declaring variable, data type space variable name, right? So here I'm printing enter n value, right? Okay, so I'm printing new line here, flash of stdin, just clearing the input buffer where I'm using flash of stdin. Then I'm using scanner for writing the value from the here I'm using format specifiers %d and address of n, right? Just update the n value, right? So here for printing n for till n we have to use iteration statements. Here iteration statements like we are having three types of iteration statements: for, while, do while, right? So here when it comes to while, for the functionality remains same, but the structure of for and while differs. But when it comes to do while, the entire functionality will differs as well as function structure also differs, right? So for time being I'm using for, right? For initialization, condition, exit condition, then looping counter incrementation. So here you have to print first n even numbers, right? So the logic for even number condition is if any number is completely divisible by 2, we call that number as even. So to check the even number condition, if I percentile 2 equals to 0, then we'll call it as that as per even number percentile d comma I, that's it. Then compile it, okay, compile it, no errors, 0 errors, run it, hello, enter value 50, we'll get even number 0, 2, 4, 6, 8 like that. So to make it new line, just I'm printing /n, right, compile it, run it, 50, just we are getting 48 till. So to make it equals to 50, we have to change the exit condition for loop, compile it, run it, 50, we are getting the even numbers till n range. Okay, so now if I want to print odd numbers, so if any number is not divisible by 2, we call it as odd number. Okay, just I'm commenting even numbers, just I want to print odd numbers, just 50, 1, 3, 5, these are the odd numbers. Or else you want to print both even number odd number, just compile it, change the, remove the commenting, remove it, 50 even odd, will get up to 50 numbers, right? This is the way of printing first n even numbers and odd numbers in a given series, right? So now, so here I want to print first n prime numbers in a range, right? Okay, copy the paste, right? So for your better programming practice, just you have to install DevCpp 5.11 version from sourceforge.net. Just go open Google and enter DevCpp 5.11. The first link itself is resulted as DevCpp from sourceforge.net. Download it and install it. You will find out the indentation, everything easy for you, right? So prime.c, I'm naming as prime.c. So int n, read those values from the user. Okay, so for the first n values you have to print prime number. So to check given number is prime or not, we have to iterate till I, but you have to iterate till I. If j I percentile j equals to 0, we have to increment the count. Increment the count. If count equals to 2, right, will printf prime number is percentile d comma I is the prime number. So, but thing is that when you are dividing any number, we have to start from 1, right? This is a way of printing the prime number within a given range. Just compare it, you will find out no errors. Oops, we got an error, we removed it, 0 errors. Run it, enter 50, prime number is 3, only prime number is 3 is prime number. What about the remaining? Why? Thing is that we didn't make count as 0, so that's why we are not getting. So make count as 0 for each and every case. For each and every iteration, you have to make count as 0. That's why we are getting that error. Now we'll observe prime number is 4, 9, 25, 49. Right? Am I right? But that's not the true. We are still getting errors. So where we are getting errors? Even though else also we have to make count as 0. Right? Combine, run it. 50, prime number is 4, 9 is not prime, 25 is also not prime, 49 is also not prime. Right, now we have to trace it where we gone wrong. So here, so for that loop, every time you have to make count as 0, right? 50, 4, 9, 25, 49. I percentile j equals to 0. So printf percentile d comma I termination symbol. We have to if we find any errors, we have to debug it. Debugging means you have to make printf each and everything. Now we are getting I. So here we have no problem with I, but thing is that we have to print which I is matching that condition. So 50, two is also I, 3 2 times, 4 2 times, 5 2 times, 6. Okay. Now we are removing it. So count you have to print for each and every time. Percentile d I comma count. Right now we'll find out the error where we gone wrong. Right? So for 0 0 1 1 0 2 1 3 1 4 2 5 1 6 3 7 1 8 3 9 2. Why we are getting these errors? We have to test it out now. So here we have to trace it. So 0 by 1, 0 less than 1 less than 0 false, 1 less than 1 false, 2 less than 1 true, 2 by 1 0, 2 less than 2. Now we will have the output. Who got the output? Comment it, compare it, run it, 50, 2, 3, 5, 7, 13, 17, 19, 23, 29, 31, 37, 41, 43, 47. These are the prime numbers. Now this way you have to work on your programming skills. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you have any doubts, mail me media.santos0437@gmail.com. Thank you.